great. I like this who introduces themselves first.
We are going to describe how to make a hovercraft. Our aim is to build a hovercraft which can float over air and can also carry a very reasonable weight. But before constructing the hovercraft, we had only one question in mind. Is it even possible to use air to float over different surfaces? Our hypothesis was, yes, we will be able to construct this hovercraft, and we think that it can float over different surfaces and carry a reasonable weight. But before my friends tell you how to construct the hovercraft, I'm first going to explain how this works. As we can see here in the picture and in the hovercraft itself, air goes from the blower into this hole, and then because it's highly pressurized, it inflates the skirt, and then here you can find some holes, and this creates a very thin layer of highly pressurized air, a very highly pressurized air, which escapes under the skirt. This thin film layer of air allows us to levitate and decreases friction towards zero. Now, my friend Karim is going to tell you the materials needed and the steps needed to construct this hovercraft.
Well, to make the hovercraft, we needed 150 times 60 centimeter wooden board, 170 times 80 linoleum sheet for the skirt, as you can see right there. We also needed a cutter, 4 25 times 10 pieces of plastic to make this big one. Yeah, so here it was like 100 times 10. So we also needed a cutter. We needed the drill and the studs for the hole. We of course needed the leaf blower and all its tubes. We needed duct tape, stapler, very strong to be able to cut the wood, and scissors. That's pretty much it. And maybe some decorations if we'd like. First we made the tubes for the door. Then we put a hole right behind where the rider should be on the hovercraft. After that, we attached the rigging for the skirt. We made sure that it only covers the hole from one side, and where it covers the hole, it should cover the rest of the board too. Then we put the anchorage right in the middle so that we have an inflated 25 centimeter wide donut. Then we cut some small holes, about half the size of the donut for the blower, around a piece of plastic. Then we test it.
Test it.
We saw that the hovercraft could levitate on the ground and rise over it. We also saw that it could carry nuclear objects. The conclusion is that the hovercraft could levitate and carry people using a thin layer.
And carry people.
Yes, a thin layer.
Flying car.
Yes. Using a thin layer. Using a thin layer, and the more the wooden board is, and the air made by the blower, the more it could carry people for the further distance, and more weights and more. The real life results. There is various. Yes, various hovercrafts, types of hovercrafts that could carry people, and in some places such as Madagascar, it carries people to the furthest distance to go in, and such
We can use it to bypass traffic jam.
Yeah, this is a good idea, Rania.
Some other places such as Bavaria and Finland, they use it to help people drowning in icing ponds, on icing surface. People drowning in icing ponds. They help them to survive.
To rescue them, right?
And in some places, some military places such as Russia, they use it in wars and transport.
They use it.
Yes,
on a larger scale.
Yes.
use it to transport weapons to another seashores in the city. And we will
Why do you use it instead of
يعني
Because in ships there's a risk that the ship might drown, but this it doesn't even touch the water. That's why, so it's kind of safer, and of course the larger the
And it's not 4 times more efficient than carrying multiple weights.
Ibrahim is now going to say recommendations in order to improve hovercraft and to ensure safety.
Well, it's recommended to use boards instead of a number of boards of the hovercraft to climb over there for another distance. It is also recommended. Where the surface area where the hovercraft is tested is quite fast to be able to be tested to be judged accurately by its performance. If experimental wants to change the hovercraft's speed or direction, a fan is to be placed beside the blower and behind the rider. So if you want to make a hoverboard that glides over the water, you should include more and powerful air blowers. Safety measures. When the hovercraft is tested, don't test it inside indoors because it might break something delicate or hit walls. You don't test the hovercraft at high speed and rooftops or other high areas, to be safe from falling if you top. Don't use a light skirt because a tear of a skirt may damage the hovercraft and injure the rider. A hard piece of wood is used to easily hold the rider.
There's another thing which not many people put in consideration, which is the edges of the wall. They shouldn't be straight because this, as my friend Ibrahim said, this can tear the linoleum skirt. So before we start, we make sure that here the skirt, yes, like.
Yes.
Would you like to test our hovercraft, or maybe?
Sure. Not me.
It can carry another. My friend Yusuf's father, he got it and it's safe.
Oh, maybe he's your husband.
This is really exciting. I'm anxious to see it.
There's also here a lock because you don't have to press it on me. You don't have to keep pressing on the button. You can just press it and then.
Is it okay with the heels?
Anything.
Sure.